So let's get this beet off the table and into the oven. I have a delicious recipe. Now, if you haven't seen a beet before, this is a pretty sizable one. It's a root vegetable, and what I like to do is take the skin off, usually with like a vegetable peeler beforehand, or you can roast it with the skin on and take the skin off afterwards. Doesn't really matter, but one thing you want to make sure you do not eat the skin. Okay, so I'm wearing these gloves because beets have a tendency, at least these red beets, they will stain everything, your fingertips, your clothing, your nice white kitchen if you have one. Make sure you are wearing dark clothing that you don't care about.
So, you know, the other interesting thing is those same pigments, which turn your kitchen potentially to look like a crime scene, can also show up in your urine and show up in your stool. So I've had patients come in all freaked out because, oh my God, I got blood in my stool, or I've got colon cancer. And you know, the first thing I always ask, what did you have for dinner last night? Well, it was beets.
Yeah.
So just be aware that if you notice, you know, red tinged urine or a little bit of red color to your stool a day after you eat a lot of beets, it's probably nothing to worry about.
Yeah, don't freak out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to be in trouble. Okay, so there's a lot of ways that you can, and you know, you could just roast them just like this. They're delicious. They kind of, they have a good amount of just natural sugars in them, so they do caramelize a little bit, which is a nice thing. But I've just taken a vegetable peeler and peeled off the beet, the skin of the beet, and then chopped it into bite-sized pieces, and that's what we have here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of jerk seasoning, and you can use whatever seasoning you want. I just really like jerk seasoning, and there's so many different types. You can just buy a jerk seasoning, or you can make your own. I really like to put a good amount, I should say, of nutmeg, paprika, cumin, and a little bit of sugar in there too.
It has allspice, right?
It does have allspice in it, yeah.
And it's a Jamaican, it's a Caribbean rub, and so all that's where allspice comes out, if I recall.
So, and these beets, even though they are very dense, I mean, this is a pretty hefty root vegetable, right? There is still a good amount of water in there, so you don't need any oil,
As you can see, it's already sticking, right?
No oil. The natural water in there will help all the seasoning stick. And then we're just going to, as you see here, we have a parchment lined pan, and we are going to put these in the oven for 45 minutes at 375 degrees. And really do kind of make sure, as much as you can, you just want to do one layer thick, because we want these babies to roast evenly. And we'll get those in. And in just a little bit, we will come back and enjoy this afternoon delight.
Right, there we go.
All right, we are coming in hot. Doesn't that smell great?
Smells amazing.
Love
I can't wait
these.
to try them, you know?
All right, let's get some on your plate.
So Karen, let me ask you a question. You know, this is a pretty simple recipe. What are some other ways you like to eat beets?
You know, sometimes I'll throw them into salads.
Right.
And usually just, sometimes as a side dish. Oh, you know what? This is something I've made before. You really liked it, the beet hummus.
Oh, wow. That's
Wasn't
amazing.
that so good?
That was really good, really good. And, you know, do you have to always cook the beets? Can you eat raw beets?
You can. Personally, like if I'm going to eat a raw beet, it's usually like shaved. You know, sometimes you see that in like the salad bars.
Right.
But I really like them roasted because, again, that caramelization from the heat.
They do have kind of an earthy flavor, don't they?
Yeah.
And I think I've had them as a small dice, you know, in a salad.
Sure.
Raw, which I think is better. But some people don't like that earthy flavor, and cooking and caramelizing, like you said, it's amazing. And, you know, when you go to the store and you buy beets, oftentimes you'll see a big stalk with pretty leaves. And most people, or a lot of people, just cut that off and throw them away. These beets actually came without the beet greens.
Yeah.
But those beet greens are incredibly healthy. In fact, you know, one of the things we talk about, if you say, for example, you've got high blood pressure, which again can contribute to not being able to perform so well in the bedroom, one of the things besides watching your salt intake is increasing your potassium intake.
All right. Well, cheers to that.
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh? Yeah.
Really good. Feel like going and running 10 miles.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll leave it up to you.